Ta-da! I have received my letter from the Department of Transport. Now, if you don't know what this is, maybe you don't live in England, you got no idea, you don't live on this planet. I'm gonna go through it and read it to you so you know exactly what's this about. So, HGV driver shortage, employment opportunities. We are writing to you and all HGV driving license holders about the national shortage of HGV drivers. As you are undoubtedly aware, these have been putting pressure on UK supply chains for some time. The government and the logistics sectors are working on a range of solutions to ease the shortage. I'm reading something. Just stop it with your forklift. To those of you who are currently driving, we would like to thank you for your vital service you have provided during the COVID-19 response and the incredibly important role you continue to play in keeping goods moving around the country. If you are not longer working in the sector, we would like to take this opportunity to ask you to consider returning. Your valuable skills and experience have never been more in need than they are now. There are fantastic HGV driving opportunities in the logistics industry, and conditions of employment and pay have been improving across the sector. As well as attractive pay rates, we are seeing more options for flexible working hours, fixed days, full-time and part-time. Many employers are offering training packages, so even if your driver CPC has lapsed, you can be supported in updating this through classroom or online courses. Great. Furthermore, given the significant number of opportunities available, driving can become an entry point to a much wider pool of jobs. Maybe. Businesses of all sizes in many different sectors, including specialist operators, are looking for drivers. There has never been a better time to find the type of HGV driving job you want. And that's about it. Well, shall we discuss? It's been a crazy week this far. So first of all, the government has decided to bring in, I think, 5,000 visas, temporary visas for foreign drivers to come in the UK and work for 3 months during the Christmas and New Year. So if you ask me, this is an absolute insult. I mean, what the hell? Do they really think we are just assets? Just come in, work for shit wages, because I'm sure they will figure out a way to keep wages down for foreigners or something, and then just be kicked out after 3 months. After you've done your job, thank you very much, but get the fuck out of here. How does it work? How does it work? It's an absolute insult. It's a disgrace, if you ask me. But anyway, moving on. That's that. Of course, a lot of drivers on different groups, on East European groups, were asked if they wanted to come in for this 3-month period, and the answer was pretty obvious. No one wants to come. Why? Because they're being insulted with this offer. No offense. This is just a patch on the bleeding wound, So instead of making their own drivers to come back in the industry, they are patching this thing with all kinds of stuff. That's not a solution to this problem. And of course, a lot of drivers agreed on this. This is not a solution, not even a temporary solution. no one will come, and I will not suggest anyone to come, because it's just an insult in my opinion. Now, the biggest problem is that it's so much hate right now between nations. I think I've never seen something like this before. So much hate between the English drivers and the East European drivers. A lot of hate, a lot of racism. I'm on all kinds of groups on Facebook, which, by the way, I think I'm gonna quit them, because it just brings all the negativity, you know. You see all kinds of stuff, not from everybody. Now, when I'm talking about something, please don't generalize. I'm just talking about those people who are racist and they are abusing other people, either verbally or insulting or whatever. The truth is, there are a lot of them, and the hate is real. And as maybe the title of this video will be, is divide and conquer. I think somebody has some kind of interest to bring in all this hate and division between people, between countries and races. I don't know, but remember this: divide and conquer is the easiest way to manipulate a whole nation. So just don't follow the media, just follow your instincts, because even with this fuel crisis, it was all made up by the media. I mean, you cannot possibly go on Radio 1 or Radio 2 and say, hey, look, there's a gas station who has problems with some drivers. They said that it will be no fuel shortage, but don't panic, because everything is okay. Of course you're gonna get people panicking when you're gonna say that those things on the radio. It's the same thing with the toilet rolls last year or a couple of years ago when the COVID hit. Everybody was freaking out by something that happened in America, because everybody was stacking up on toilet paper in America. They were talking about it over the radio here in the UK, and everybody freaked out. They all went out and buy toilet paper. People are easily manipulated when it comes to something like a crisis, a shortage of fuel. Everybody's gonna go out and buy fuel. Of course there's gonna be shortages, because they won't keep up with the demand, you know. And not only filling your tank with diesel or whatever, but bringing jerry cans or bags, or Jesus Christ. How easy is to manipulate people through the radio. I'm not listening to radio anymore. Putting on a podcast and that's it. Joe Rogan or whatever you want. Britney Spears, fucking hell. Listen to anything, but just don't listen to the radio. They're trying to manipulate us. And imagine this. Look at the crisis they've created with the fuel shortages. So we know for sure that was over exaggerated, right? So think about it when COVID hit. Think about if with the fuel shortage they've exaggerated this much. Think about how much they've exaggerated with the whole COVID thing. They're just eating shit. Just stop listening to the media. Some of them were arguing that us European, Jesus Christ, the European drivers are earning their money here, getting their wages, and then going out into Romania or Poland or whatever and spend the money there on vacations. And all of a sudden, that's a big problem. But when an English resident, an English family goes to Spain or whatever in vacation and spends 5 grand, isn't that the same thing? They're getting money out of the country. That's not a problem. No, the problem are us. Fucking 20% of the whole population, not even that maybe, of the immigrants going out and spending money in another country, and the economy is suffering. Really? And when you're going on vacation in Spain, Italy, France or whatever, spending 5 grand, there's not a problem. Fucking hell. That's very curious, isn't it? All those things are being poked, you know, by somebody to create all kinds of theories and division between people. And you can definitely see this kind of retaliation from the European side. They are all like talking like, you know what, you left the EU, you have to make it on your own now, because we will not help you. But the truth is, I don't think the UK needs help from foreign countries. It's a fucking big population here in the UK. I don't think they need foreigners to do their jobs, if you think about it. There are more license holders in the UK than the actual crisis is. So the best thing would be convince those people who already have an HGV license to come back in the industry, and it will be fine. Pump up the wages, do better, make better conditions on the motorways, in the safety and security of the driver when he's gonna go on a night out and his diesel will get nicked and the cargo stolen from the back of the trailer. I don't know if you know this, but when, let's say, your stuff will get stolen over the night, even in a paid, secure parking place overnight, right? You phone the police, you tell them what happened, they give you a case number, and that's it. Nobody will even come to pay you a visit to take a couple of pictures. No, they do absolutely nothing. And of course it's frustrating. You're afraid of your own life. Many people have been gassed in their cabs, taking their organs out while they were sleeping. They were being gassed and operated right here in the bed. These are not stories, these are real happenings. Of course you're going to be afraid, because the police does nothing. So surely has to be some kind of interest somewhere. Why are they not doing anything? A good friend of mine was gassed in the UK, I think about 5 or 6 years ago. He stopped driving ever since then, but luckily nothing happened to him, because he was sleeping, of course, and he just woke up, but he woke up like really late. I think about 15-16 hours later, and he saw the whole cab was turned upside down. He was really dizzy, and he could really see that somebody was in the cab and was looking for something. Luckily, he didn't have any cash. I think they stolen a laptop and the phone, but like not real value, you know. It was like worthless. He just had this laptop on which he was watching movies, an old laptop, but they were definitely looking for something. And the funny thing is, he was empty on the back, so they didn't steal anything from the cargo. So things like this, of course, there are all kinds of stories, but they put you down, you know. It's not making the industry any more appealing or anything. A lot of things has to be sorted. I was talking in the previous videos that it's a good country to be in, to be a driver. Yeah, it is, but a lot of things will have to be changed. Absolutely, I agree with that. Alright, so let's just stop this hate for a second and just figure out if we are pointing in the right place, if we are heading in the right place, because the way I see it, we are pointing in the wrong direction, because you can't blame the poor for being poor. It's not how it works. How we should look is like people like fucking Jeff Bezos having 2 fucking billion, 2 billion, so 2 billion fucking dollars in worth, or how you want to call it. Should I put it here? Yeah, okay. I'll put it here. So the man, self-made man, has 2 fucking billion, 200 billion dollars in worth. And how, do you know how much is that? Please excuse the this gross, absolutely disgusting truck. Yeah, so this guy made 200 billion. It's a huge difference between a million and the billion, and he made 200 billion dollars. I don't think I can count to 200 billion. It's just like, it will take forever. And he's paying all his employees like shit. I mean, like real shit. I have a friend who does Amazon deliveries, only a few a day, about 150 for shit wage, for shit wages. People running around in the warehouses like robots with a fucking timer in their pocket just because we decided to buy Prime. Fucking Prime. It's ridiculous, but I'm telling you, we are pointing in the wrong direction. Instead of looking at companies and how they make the profit, it's much easier to blame either migrants or even ourselves. It's easier to blame somebody else for your failure. It's much more easier. It makes sense for a lot of people to blame somebody else. Alright, let's get on with our things. Just did a quick drop and shop. Friday today, Friday afternoon. This is my second job of the day. Now, you're probably gonna say turn the engine off, but the problem is with these fucking MANs, the air reservoir is so small that I'm gonna have to wait another 10 minutes that I'm gonna hook up just to get air in them. I'm leaving the engine running. Look at this mess. Look at that. I'm not untangling them. This is not my truck. And I'm not doing anyone else's job. There's the perks of being an agency driver. Perks, of course, perks. Sometimes summertime is good and summertime is bad. Sometimes we get good wagons, sometimes we get shit wagons. It's a very easy week this far, surprisingly, because last week I had many more hours than this week, but I'm not complaining at all. Just have to check the lights as well. You know, somebody told me that I can't tell if the proper pressure in a tire just by kicking it, but I'll tell you what, you can definitely feel if it's underinflated, and if it's underinflated, then you'll have a problem. So even if you're just gonna kick it, you could tell if it's okay-ish or not. Let's check the lights and get out of here. Finish loading. And I have to put the this container on the rail terminal. Look at the queue. So this is the entrance, and this is the queue. What the hell are you doing? You didn't see me. Fucking hell. How the fuck did you not see me? Idiot. This is the queue. Still queuing. That's the queue. Still queuing. Still queuing. And that's it. Oh, we'll just go around and join the queue. So that's about half an hour, 40 minutes, something like that. Get out of the way, pigeons. I'm gonna be accused again of running you over. Not bad. There it is. That's about it. Thank you. Just gonna stop here. Do the twist locks and call it a day. So, with that being said, thank you very much for watching me. I will see you next week on the next video. Take care. Bye.